Well, this was the summer that was, and it is soon over. And we're glad that autumn is the best place to live, is the best time to live in Nebraska. So I would say don't be discouraged, don't not plant, but just know that now's the time to make good choices. We have to make good choices so that we can have a landscape for the future of our families. This is the prairie that inspires me. This is where I live. It's the choices that we've made to be inspired by our native landscape, and it has served us well. It has served a lot of populations. And as we look through the city of Lincoln, there are so many good places that we can go visit to learn about making some of these good choices. Here's Mark Canny and the Strolling Rose Garden, which is across the street from the Sunken Gardens. It's a place to learn so many great things about plants and the way to be successful. It's sustainable. It starts with beautiful color combinations of perennials, ornamental grasses, and shrub roses. So if you'd like a colorful landscape, that's the place to start, looking in Lincoln to see how it can work. And it's about being well prepared with your soils and going out and then finding the places that are fun to be. And take your kids with you. Talk with them about it. They can be part of developing a landscape that will truly invite them to be outside and to learn. And the next stop is Maxwell Arboretum on East Campus. Decades ago, people thought ahead and said, let's have something for the future. It's a great place to picnic, to feel the canopy of those large trees, to literally have rooms of trees that invite you in. And then a short distance from there is the prairie that can inspire you. In the middle of Lincoln, it's there for us to see the plants that can be truly sustainable in our own personal landscapes. So the examples are there to see. As you take it home, here's a combination, a lawn that serves our families. We can have our great outdoor activities, but it's surrounded by prairie, so it serves both missions. And it's very sustainable. It's easy to maintain. And it's wonderful to live in it. And remember, as you're visiting campus, it's about lifelong learning. You just don't stop learning when you graduate from college or high school. So visit the campuses and see the pluses and the minuses. Plants don't always succeed, but we need to learn from it. So you can take these cues from your natural environment as well. Take some time to look to see what has struggled and do something about it. The coral bells at the Strolling Rose Garden were a mistake. They looked great for 5 years, but no longer. And I would say soil is everything. We have to build the soils for us to be successful. Teaming up with Mother Nature, we can take a typical new construction site and build it into soil that can be productive and can provide for all our lives. And don't keep making the same mistakes. If arborvitae tanked on you this summer, know there's a Taylor juniper, our native juniper, that would fill the same position in our landscape but continue year after year. So learn. And know that things change over time. These viburnums did beautifully for years, and then there was competition and there was heat and they lost. But Benjamin's garden is going to continue to be beautiful for years because there's plants that naturally grow together and look beautiful. And our maples, you might hear us say at the nurseries, oh, maples tank in the heat. But we see the black maple, it's a form of sugar maple in western Iowa, has done beautifully. This is just last week in Maxwell Arboretum. So know your plants and know that you can learn from those examples. The very nature, the plant in the upper left is European beech. There's a clue. That's not a plant that grows here naturally, but chinkapin oak. What a beautiful plant from southeastern Nebraska, has done beautifully. And know that some plants are just not going to succeed. Wrong plant, wrong place, not planted well. It died before it ever had a chance because it wasn't a tree suited to that location. So we need to make good choices and things can thrive. Here's an example that goes, the grass has been not watered, it's gone dormant. That's a very green way to go. The prairie is beautiful even though it wasn't watered. And here's a way to look at new traditions. Very typical subdivision house, clipped lawn and hedges, a prairie-style house that's beautiful. I think there's a blend, and it should be what's comfortable for how you live your life. Beautiful choices all through our residences. And we can see at Lighthouse at 26th and N, we've included the children or the students to come out and learn about rain gardens. It's integrated in their landscape. They're learning to vegetable gardening. They're being stewards of the landscape. And that's probably the most important thing for us to have a sustainable landscape, is to involve our children. They're part of it. We are part of their future. So help us work together to plant a heritage for the rest of our generations to come.